It's time to pick tomatoes. Oh, and look, I have so many flowers blooming right now. Look at this one. It's got tons of blooms on it. I'll have to give you guys a flower tour later. But for now, we're going to head up to the field and we're going to pick some tomatoes before it rains because we don't want them to split. And we're going to inspect the watermelon because I think the orange ones and the moon and stars might be ready. I always get a little bit nervous before picking watermelon because I just never want to pick one too soon. Here's some pumpkins, by the way. Ooh, that one looks really nice. Look, you can see that powdery mildew is starting to take over, but luckily on this one, that one's already starting to turn orange, so that one's gonna make it. The rest of the plants still look pretty good. Now, powdery mildew does spread, so eventually it will get to the other plants, but I think that we have plenty of time for most of the pumpkins at least to ripen, so I'm not too worried. Ooh, look at that. Everything was pretty stressed because we have not been getting a lot of rain, but luckily we're supposed to get a lot tonight, so as long as it actually hits us like it's supposed to, that should really help. Orange peppers. A lot of them were getting like sunburn spots and like rotting, and it was, I think at least, from a lack of nutrients because they were getting not enough water. And since they weren't getting enough water, they weren't able to absorb the nutrients that were available in the soil, so they were rotting. Not doing well, so I pulled off all the rotting ones and I've been watering them with obviously water, milk, and Epsom salts mixed together, and I think it's helped. But we're still not out of the woods yet. We really need a good rain. Ooh, I think that's a lunch lady gourd. You know, it's so cool. Look, it's gonna be different colors. I love pumpkins. But anyway, that's not what we came here for. We came here to see the melons. So you can see these cantaloupe are just about ready. They have the ribbing, which is always a good sign, but they're just taking forever to turn ripe. Once they turn tan, we'll be good to pick them. But they're a nice size. They look really healthy. It should be any day now. And then as for the watermelon, this one is absolutely massive. It sounds hollow, so it should be ready. And then I've heard that when these little tendrils start to turn brown, that's a good sign that it's ripe. And that also, if you turn it over and it's nice and yellow on the bottom like that, that's another good sign. But these aren't always foolproof methods. So really the best way to pick is obviously calculate how many days after it was planted to maturity for that variety, and that'll help give you a good indication with the time. And then really just pick whichever one you think looks right, cut it open, and if that one's good, pick the other ones of a similar size. That's the only foolproof way, is just pick one and cut it open. And hey, if it's not perfect, you can still eat it, or you can give it to your chickens or pigs, whatever, if you have those. Oh yeah, you can see the tendrils here are browning up, so that one's probably ready. Now the Moon and Stars variety is really, really cool. It's an heirloom variety and it is seeded, but it is so sweet. It's one of the sweetest watermelon I've ever had. And it's really, really juicy, and it's beautiful. I mean, look, it literally has stars on it, which is great timing because this Saturday coming up, there's actually supposed to be a meteor shower, so that's exciting. And I really like how the vines of this variety also get the stars on it. It's just cool. Nice to have something different up here. And then as for orange and yellow seedless watermelon, they do turn slightly a different color when they're ready. They get more pale, which is a nice indication. This one I think is ready, because it's pale and you can see it around here. It's turning brown. It sounds nice and hollow, so we're going to try that one too. And if that one's good, I'll pick more. Now you can see that one there is slightly darker. That doesn't mean it's not ready, but I might let that one go at least a couple more days just to be safe. Because I farm on a very small scale, so for me, when you do accidentally end up wasting something or something goes wrong, you feel it more, because we don't have a lot to spare here. Look at all the stars on these. Lots of watermelon. Lots and lots. Everywhere you look, there's more. Oh, that one's big. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. It's going to weigh so much. I might need help. I might need to call in for some backup. That's weird. What the heck? This must have blown in, even though it hasn't really been windy, but who knows how long it's been in there. It's fake though. All right, let's get to the tomatoes. You can see the cucumbers are done. It's very sad. There's a few more I can pick, but rust got to them. Very sad. The tomatoes, on the other hand, though, are doing phenomenal to the point where it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. Here's the midnight snack ones. That's how they look before they're ready, and then when they're ready. Right there. Very pretty. All right, let's get to business. Okay, I ran back to the house to get some boxes for backup because there's a lot of tomatoes to pick. And look, enemy spotted. Pun intended. It's a spotted lanternfly, highly evasive. Oh, I'm so glad I got it because they jump. They're quick. It's a goner now. Yeah, if you see these things, please kill them. They're awful. But on a brighter note, here's a bee, and that is good. On the spatula button that I planted from a seed. So cute. Here's some pink ones too. So the other day, there was this like creepy guy hanging out in my neighborhood, like literally the whole entire day. And he came to the door. I was at work, but we have doorbell footage of him. And he was like looking and wearing the doorbell. And then apparently he was hanging out at some of the other neighbors' houses too. And then that same day in the evening, many, many hours later, he was still seen just hanging out in the neighborhood. And we don't know who he was or what he wanted. He was dressed strange. And so I don't want to be paranoid, but I am going to be a little bit cautious since I'm up here alone, just in case he comes back for another visit, because we don't know who he is. But it's just weird that there's been some random dude hanging out and going on other people's property, just hanging out for literally a whole day from like really early in the morning until dark. That's weird. Come on, people, don't be weird. It's not that hard to be normal. This one's not quite ripe yet, but obviously tomatoes will still ripen after you pick them. And since we're supposed to get a lot of rain tonight, and hopefully we do, I don't want it to split. So I'm gonna pick it now. Beautiful. Many more to go. I'm gonna try to pull that off, actually. You don't want it to bruise the other ones, and plus you can't eat this part anyway. Ah! Oh, whoops. I meant to throw the stem, I threw the tomato. I once knew this little bit crazy, really grumpy, angry farmer, and he always said that it took 15 minutes to pick a whole pint of tomatoes. This is a quart, by the way, but I'm here to say that is not true. If it takes 15 minutes to pick 1 pint of tomatoes, you're doing something wrong, buddy. Now, sometimes I will keep the different varieties separate, but a lot of my customers like them mixed, so I'm probably gonna mix the orders for this week unless someone requests otherwise. Oh, you like my watermelon bracelet, by the way? All right, there's a lot to pick, so I'm not gonna film the whole thing. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, pick some more, and then we'll check back, and then we'll go cut a couple watermelon and see how they're doing. You don't mind my hands, they turn green from picking tomatoes. Picking tomatoes is very glamorous, as you can tell. Anyways, I wanted to show you some different varieties. These are called Lemon Boys. They're really, really sweet. I'm not a huge tomato fan. I don't really eat them, but my mom said that this is her favorite. This one's called Pineapple. And I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it's like a really pretty mix of yellow and red. Got some traditional ones, of course. Look how big this one was. I was very, very pleased with this one. They're heirloom varieties, so they are more prone to cracking than hybrid varieties. Here's a Cherokee Purple. And this one's split, so I'm going to give it to the chickens, and they absolutely love tomatoes. All right, so now we're gonna go pick some melons. Look at the purple peppers. They at least look good. They never get as big as like the green bells or the reds, but they're really pretty and they're unique. Gold zucchini's still going strong, although most of my zucchini and squash have died. I mean, it sucks. I wish I still had some that were going strong besides this one. But in a small way, I'm relieved because it was a lot to keep up with. They just went crazy this year. But that's not what we came here for. Let's go pick some melons. Moment of truth. We're gonna go with this one. Now let's find a good orange one to try. Let's go over here. We'll go with this one. Okay. Let's take them back to the house and cut them, and if they look good, we'll cut some more. Ones are in the house. So, Monkey, what else should we put in the bundles this week for our customers? You think some sweet corn, maybe? Cantaloupes, watermelon. We'll have some eggplant. Banana peppers. I'll start making a list when I go in. It just helps to write it down. There's so many varieties. And maybe I'll even do some salad kits for people. Look at all this. Beautiful salad, still going strong in the middle of summer. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some salad kits. Ooh, I'm gonna pick that. And I'm not gonna pick these quite yet, but I'll show you when I do. I might wait another day or two, but rainbow carrots are gonna be on the menu. I'm very excited. And look how insane the flower garden's doing. They look so good. I'll be advertising bouquets this week. Here's a dragon's tongue bean. Very pretty. Okay, the chickens are gonna get the blemished tomatoes. Okay, we're at the chicken's house. You can see they had a cantaloupe earlier. But yeah, this is so satisfying. What's wrong with you two? Don't you want a tomato? Meringue does. My little dinosaurs. I'll get my dad, he's the watermelon expert cutter, and we will see what's inside the watermelon.
Hi, we're about to cut into a Moon and Stars watermelon.
Look at all the stars.
Let's see if it has a pop.
And what does that mean if it does?
If it pops open, you usually know it's ripe.
I'm scared.
Let's see.
It's beautiful.
Yes, looks pretty good. Piece and taste also.
Yeah, we're going to do some taste testing. Now, it's annoying that there's seeds in here, but it's worth it because this is one of the sweetest varieties you'll ever taste.
Everybody's going to laugh at my technique because I don't really have one.
Look at the precision.
He's going to have to taste it and we'll see if it's sweet.
Such skill. Monkey wants to try some. Monkey, watermelon.
Yeah. Dogs know it's going to be good. So
Right, then we can put the rinds in here.
traditionally, we always give the dogs a taste first. What a good boy, Finn.
So it's extremely sweet and really juicy.
I'm going to cut squares.
So Like I said, there's a big meteor shower coming up, although by the time I upload this, it'll be over probably.
Yeah.
But this is perfect for my customers because if they have a stargazing party this weekend coming up, they can have a moon and stars watermelon.
How many moon and stars do you have up there?
A lot.
So do you...
Triangles are my favorite way to eat it.
Yeah.
The chickens are going to get the scraps.
Yeah.
And then this week, my friend and his fiance, they have a beef cattle farm, and they're going to be giving us a free pound of ground beef to put in every order this week to help get their name out there. So it's going to be a really special one for our customers this week.
Yeah.
Look how juicy it is.
Yeah, that's good.
The dogs?
This is my Spanish moss, by the way. Isn't it beautiful? Look how big this one is. I broke them down all into pint-sized containers now, so that way they'll be ready. Oh, and we sold a bunch of succulent arrangements last week. Here's a few remaining, but let's get back to the watermelon. They're cleaning up now, and we're going to cut into the orange one. The moment of truth.
Did it get a pop?
No pop.
Oh, that was a pop. It's beautiful.
What do you guys want?
The orange watermelon's my favorite. Which color do you guys like the best?
I hate all of them.
What?
I'm sorry, I just don't eat melons.
Squidward.
I'm not a melon.
I love orange.
Not a melon girl here. I mean, I got melons, but I don't eat them.
And the orange watermelon's fun because you can trick your friends and cut it up so that way they don't see it and be like, hey, look, cantaloupe, and then they'll eat it and they'll be like, that's not cantaloupe, man. It's so juicy and he keeps cutting it and it's spraying on Mom. And it's making her sassy.
Yep.
Now Dad carve it into a sea turtle.
Oh.
Yes.
People do that.
Okay, you ready?
I bet Bradley could do it.
Yeah, this is my sea turtle.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Okay, chickens. You're in for a treat. Their first watermelon of the season. And it's a nice hot day, so this will help cool them down and keep them hydrated. What do you think? I think the royal taste testers approve. Which is good, because if they don't approve, we're just going to have to cancel the whole operation. The babies are so shy sometimes to come take the treats, because they don't want to offend the older chickens, I guess. But Meringue's always the first one too, and then Larkspur will follow her. Are there babies in here again? That's cute. They're about to fledge, so I'll make sure the door stays open so they can get out when they're ready.
Eggplant, patty pan squash, yellow squash, onion, tomato,
Banana peppers.
banana peppers.
Look at all the stuff you can make with stuff from our farm. Monkey, give me a hug. Give me a hug. I missed you. So we're under a pretty bad tornado warning for the area that's gonna hit in a couple hours. And I'm really hoping it doesn't. Last year we had this really bad tornado and they didn't even predict it. It was just like boom out of nowhere. So I'm hoping, since they're hyping this one up so much, that it means it's gonna miss. But we filled up the tub in case we need water, in case the power goes out. I picked as many tomatoes as possible so that way they don't split from the rain. Pick some corn in case, I hate to say it, but in case we lose some. I'm really scared we're gonna lose a bunch of sunflowers, but that's just the thing, like there's literally nothing you can do about it. If Mother Nature decides she's taking you down, she's gonna do it. Here's some corn that was duds. I waited too long to pick this, honestly. So I'm gonna give this to the chickens, take care of them before the storm hits. Take a last look at everything in case it does blow down. Look, there's a baby spotted lanternfly. Gotta kill him. It's starting to get a little bit breezy, but nothing too crazy right now. I'll collect the eggs before the storm hits, try to get as much done as possible. I just got home from work, so I'm scrambling. But yeah, since they're hyping this one up so much, I'm hoping it'll just do the opposite and that it'll just be rain, because we really need the rain. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But after last year, I can't help but be nervous. There was so much damage last year, and it was really scary because, like I said, it hit without warning, and I was outside when it hit, and it got really, really, really still, and then bam, the wind came, and with that first gust, trees started coming down, and it was loud and it was bad. But I'll make a video on that, so subscribe. I have some footage from that day, so I'll show you that in another video. And if anything interesting happens today, I'll film what I can, obviously, without putting myself in a sketchy situation. So I'll keep you all updated if anything happens this afternoon. Ooh, a pink one. I filled up an extra pitcher of water too in case we need that for the animals. We got the bathtub filled up, I got things charged, we got flashlights, we should be good. I love this sunflower so much and I really hope it stays standing. And here's a last look. Hopefully I don't have to update you with it all falling down. So I shouldn't call it a last look, we'll be positive. Here's a look. Hopefully nothing changes. Now we'll just pray that nothing bad happens. The power keeps going off and on. I think this one's gonna pass us though. I think the worst one's coming later. Oh no.
Just like the old days.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm gonna lose a bunch of stuff.
Ben.
But there's nothing I can do. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta call the people at work, make sure they're okay. This is bad, but it's not quite as bad as last year. This is more rain than wind. Last year it was a really, really bad mix of both. It's hailing really bad at my sister's house, but so far no hail here. The hot tub lid blew off, but at least it's still there. The light keeps flickering. At least the whole family's together, besides Megan and Dom.
It was
If I
weird.
have it.
It's like one light will go out.
What's that noise? It sounded like a bulb blowing out, didn't it?
It did.
How did Mom predict that?
Mom, you should have said anything.
It's not funny.
That really did sound like a bulb going pop.
Maybe one did.
Where's Fanny's?
Finn's right here.
Oh, I thought I heard something in here. That's creepy. It's Frisk.
Let my dad have electricity, please. Oh. Oh yeah, we have no electricity.
Purge.
Don't say that.
Here it comes.
Virginia has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Hartford County in northern Maryland, Cecil County in northeastern Maryland, southeastern Baltimore County in northern Maryland until 6:30 p.m. At 5:34 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Delta to Pleasant Hills to Rosedale, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated
We're going to fetch some water, a pail of water from the creek, just like our ancestors did. Whoa, lightning.
Okay, let's go in.
I knew it was too soon. Oh, I need to see if my sunflower is still up. Oh, it's gone. I'm getting out of here. I'll try to replant it when the storm's gone. Whoa. He's the loud one, not Monkey.
Seems kind of ominous out there.
What are you doing with this pail of water that you fetched from the pool before the lightning came back?
Well, I can't wash dishes or rinse them to put in the dishwasher, so I'm going to pour this pool water over everything for now.
Just like the pioneers.
Just like the pioneers. Just so it doesn't all turn to like a rock.
I'm afraid to go look at the rest of the crops.
Well, at least it's, I don't know. If anything happens, all I can say is at least it's August and not May.
Well, there's nothing left to do. We're waiting for the lightning to go away so we can go assess the damage. So we're going to use flashlights and do a big family workout in the family gym. Cue the workout montage. We're done the family workout. It was a good distraction because now the rain is pretty much done. Still a little bit, but not bad. Lightning's gone. Wind's gone. Time to assess everything. I'm a little bit nervous. Chickens are okay. I knew they would be. They have a really, really nicely made Amish coop. That thing's not going anywhere. All right, let's walk up to the field. Very slippery out here. I called my staff that I had at the store, and there's no power, so hopefully when I get there tomorrow morning, it'll be back on. Lots of flooding in the store, but they mopped it up the best they could. Could have been worse, so there's no damage besides that. One of the roads very close to my house, lightning struck a tree, and the tree caught on fire, and I saw this on Facebook, and it was scary because the person that reported it said they kept trying to call 911 and the call wouldn't go through, I guess because so many people were calling. But at my house, at least, compared to the storm we got last year, I don't think it's been that bad. So I'm hopeful. A lot of people around us got it pretty bad, but I think we're going to be okay. Some of the peppers are laying down, but they should perk back up on their own because they're not uprooted. That's great. This is like a slip and slide. I need to be careful. Oh no, one of the culprits. So honestly, it's not that bad. It's leaning. It looks bad. Let me zoom out. Bad, but I think once it dries out, it should perk back up on its own. I've seen this happen before. I mean, there's a couple that I think are goners, like that one right there. Oh, that's disappointing. Good thing I picked a lot of it though. But I think it might perk back up on its own. We'll see. That's the thing though, when Mother Nature decides to do something, you can't really stop her. It's all laying down, but it's not snapped, and most of them aren't uprooted. I'm not going to go too deep in here because I don't want any to land on me, but I think it might be okay. Let me get out of here. You can see the pumpkin vines are all blown this way, but they'll snap back. They'll be okay. Lost some sunflowers, but overall it's a huge relief because it's not anything like the storm last year. That's the thing, when something bad happens, it kind of helps you put things into perspective, because that was so bad last year and so stressful and so scary that like things are paling in comparison to that. So it's hard to be upset when we survived what we went through last year, so this is nothing compared to that. So I think it'll be okay. There's gonna be some loss, but that's just unavoidable in this profession. And at least the sky is beautiful now. Not so spooky anymore. And now I just hope the power comes on in time for Tuesday so we can start making our crock-pot candies for the bundles we're selling this week. Oh, but look, I should be able to pick these by tomorrow. It took long enough. I guess the storm scared the ripening into them. All right, so let's head back to the house. My favorite sunflower did get knocked down. So let's go look at that and see if it can be saved. It was so pretty too, and all these beautiful blooms. I could have made so many bouquets with this one. But it did not snap. It came up from the roots, so I think I can put it back. I'll just need something to anchor it down with. Let's see. I might need 2 hands for this. You stay there. I'll find something to anchor you. Yes, I've gotten to the point where I talk to my plants. You would too if you were out here all day with them. Okay, gotta find a brick. This looks heavy, I'll use this. No, I hear more thunder. Although I think it's past. That must just be off in the distance. I think she'll live. I'll put some more dirt around the bottom too. And by some miracle, I think we'll be good. Alright, it's the next day. I'm home from work and I'm just checking in. I'm going to be quick because it's really, really windy and I have so much to do, so there's not a lot of time to film. But I'm picking the melons. These things are huge and they're heavy, so everyone that ordered a bundle is actually getting a really, really good deal this week because this one right here alone is worth minimum $10. But the bundles with everything in it this week, including the meat, are only going to be 35 bucks. So it's a pretty good deal for everyone. I hope they all enjoy it. And like this one down here weighs a ton as well. And the one down there. So yeah, it'll be fun dragging this back to the house and making a few trips to come back up for more. But you know, how else is it going to get done? Our power came back on close to 11 o'clock last night. So at least we have power. We were able to make the crock-pot candies. So that's going to be good. Luckily at work we had power. The street light on the way to work was out and people were driving like maniacs. There were lots of sirens right after I got home, so I'm lucky I got home safe in one piece. One sad thing though, I'm back down at the house. She is not gonna make it. It's very windy today and it kept uprooting and Mom and my brother tried to replant it for me, but it was too late. I'm actually really, really sad about that, but at least everything else is basically okay for the most part. This one by the pool made it though, so that's good. I already picked some squash, eggplant, a ton of tomatoes, a ton of peppers. I'll show you that real quick. I'm about to start picking the lettuce, and I'll show you real quick a sneak peek of the rainbow carrots because I'm going to pick those last probably. There's a yellow one. I think this one's purple. Oh, yes. Beautiful, and I'll put some pictures in at the end too. I'll give the greens to the chickens. They'll appreciate that. And now I'll go back into the house and I'll show you the peppers real quick, and then I gotta wrap it up because there's too much to do. Monkey. Your ear's really pretty. Okay, Mom, tell the people what you made this week.
White chocolate peanut butter candies. And word on the street is they're very delicious.
Yeah, I actually like these more than the regular chocolate ones.
Numbers for us, but all the ones for our customers are bagged up.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Or in the
yeah, they're in the process of being bagged up. There's still so much to do. And they smell really good. And to be quite honest, I do not know how we're gonna fit all this stuff in the car tomorrow to meet our customers. So that'll be interesting, that'll be exciting. I'm sure we'll figure something out, we always do. Keeps life interesting. Oh no. Maybe it'll be okay. Business is booming.
You know me, like I said, I gotta keep...
Yeah, she's organizing the money, and our customers are getting a heck of a deal this time. Huge watermelons, different colors of peppers, ground beef. Everything's packaged. Rainbow carrots, a recipe, heirloom tomatoes. Lots of stuff for a really good deal. And we're here dealing all this produce out of the truck. And I'm just running between handing stuff out from here and then running up to the warehouse where I have the watermelons and the meat in the cooler.
Is there any watermelons left in here?
And we have all the corn back here. But the sales are moving really quick today, which is good. Do you want to see what I have in the warehouse? Of course you do. Alright, so I gotta get back to work. There's so much to do, so I gotta stop filming here. But thanks for everyone that watched, and thank you so much to everyone that's been buying bundles from us. You have no idea how much it means to us. It makes all this hard work worth it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can follow this journey along, and I will see you next time.